Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am so sorry that I'm running late today. I had to really dig for things to read on today. There really weren't many questions, but we're here. We're going forward, and I'm so grateful you're here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. I know some days it seems like I ask, but she never gets to my questions or what have you. But there are quite a few days, especially on the weekends, when there aren't as many. So it's a good time to sneak in there what you're interested in. So we have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. We've got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there, such as they are. And thank you. You can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, all right. Bird says, oh boy, question sneaking day. Love it. There we go. All right, we're going to jump right in at 1 minute, 30 seconds in because, so, hey, Dumpy. Hi. How was Russia? And I'd say Russians, but yeah, he did say he was going to Russia twice. Yeah, apparently it didn't go so well. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Oh boy. I wonder if it was his boo-boo was keeping us company. It's a good boy. Hey, choice. So, apparently it didn't go so well. Which, I mean, it's good. Everything didn't end up on fire. So, yay. Oh boy. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Worry. Okay. Oh, worry about the emperor. He really was the wild card here. And this is give the news autumn. I don't understand. So, yeah. Worried about what he would do. An unhinged authoritarian who was the same age as his father was when his father was diagnosed with Alzheimer's. What could go wrong? Head of a cult. Anyway, illusion delusion. But Trump wanted to hang his legacy on this. Wheel of Fortune has spun the wheel and to combine gambling, types of gambling, snake eyes, ace of swords, and three of wands waiting for a ship to come in. Okay, well, that was that. Well, now, I guess that was that. So did anything come of this? I mean, did Putin get a sense of Trump's decline? The thing you have to understand is, which you probably know, but he hasn't quite twigged, is the simple fact that Putin thinks he's an idiot. Putin plays him like a fiddle. Putin despises him. thinks he is beneath, just beneath his belongs beneath his foot. Just, yes, snake eyes. That's dice with the ones. Yes. Bernard says Putin wouldn't be wrong. Oh no, Donald Trump is scum. He's just anyway. Well, Putin really is isolated, for what it's worth. And there was someone in the chat earlier, I won't say any names, but there was someone in the chat earlier who asked, is it just me or is anyone else disappointed that something wasn't put in Trump's, whatever drink? That would be bad. That would be very bad. One, because we don't wish it on anybody here. Anybody. Two, because we would go to war with Russia directly. And it's better to let Russia continue to collapse under its own stupidity. Oh, I know who said it. I was just... Anyway, moving on. Quiet as a tomb. Fruits of Labors, Page of Pentacles, that's very weak. King of Wands, that's Dumpy himself, twisting everything. Page of Cups, and now he talks to Zelensky and with Ukraine, who's the underdog. Okay, there's nothing there. I've pulled how many cards now? There's nothing. It's kind of like what's inside Dumpy's head. Very little. Very little. So, yeah. Oh, I'm glad you liked the picture of Boo Boo. All right. Okay. So, Julie says the luncheon was canceled. No one probably drank anything during the talks. Oh, there we go. But he's still on for talking with Zelensky, isn't he? It's 7 minutes, 30 seconds in, because my question here is, are Dumpy and his goons going to browbeat and gang up on Zelensky again, like they did last time? It says something about Zelensky's commitment to his people and to winning this war, that he's willing to walk right back into that. Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you use your brain? Yeah. Scanman says the only thing that came from the meeting was diminished American prestige. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly. Okay. All right. Shuffled and completely missed. So are Dumpy and his goons going to gang up on Zelensky again? Wow. A flower, 1 star says Zelensky's way better than our criminal president. He should get a gold carpet. Well, at least with Zelensky, Ukrainians know that he's loyal to the country, whereas our narcissistic sociopath isn't loyal to anybody. Just ask his 3 wives. Joy says, did you see the pictures of them standing together with Trump looking old and confused? Well, kind of a day ending in day, but I know what you mean. So, yeah. So they're going to gang up on Zelensky. They're in war, a particularly nasty war. There's also a leader. I was reading an article about a particular leader in Ukraine. Why can I not remember the person's name? But he's he's one of the military leaders, and all kinds of people really want to fight under his leadership. So he ends up getting more and more people working under him, and he's very good to his soldiers, and does a lot to get them supplies. He just happens to be, apparently, from what the article said, he just happens to be an absolute screaming racist. It's like, oh, joy. So, yeah. Air Canada strike update. Okay. War. It's ugly. It's awful. So the last time, we know what happened. They attacked Zelensky repeatedly. Eight of Cups. Leaving something unfinished. Surprise. Governments, institutions, the power of the institutions, King of Pentacles, adding insult to injury. There will be two national leaders in that room whenever they meet up. There's the one who shows no respect and the one who deserves respect. And unfortunately for my country, we all know which one is who. Thank you, Marby. Thank you so much. It really helps. Summer Virgo says, I'm sure Zelensky's prepared and will not be blindsided. Yeah. So, is anything good going to come of this? With President Dumpster Fire, King of the Bog of Eternal Stench, meeting with Zelensky. Fawn is saying that Putin was attacking Ukraine as Dumps was meeting. Yeah. Will anything good come of this? What I'm getting is they have Europe. Ukraine has Europe. Always on shaky ground because they're in a war. Add all that chaos, judgment. This King of Cups, Ace of Cups, more support for Ukraine so they can continue to fight. I would love to say this is the U.S. supporting Ukraine. But something tells me that even Zelensky is going into this meeting expecting nothing. Because Dumpy is going to demand that he give up chunks of Ukraine, and he's not going to. So is it just a waste of time? Rhymes is Alaska, another distraction for the Epsteinth time. Oh, that was good. The Epsteinth time. Yeah, I'm redoing my covers and pre-covers and post-covers for live streams. And yesterday, I changed. Wish I can show you so you can see what I'm talking about. I don't need the research. I need to be. There it is. Yeah. So I changed yesterday's cover to be more legible. And here, I'll show you. You'll see exactly what I meant. Turn that off for just a second. Share. today's distraction, yeah. And at the end of today's live stream, I'll just change what it says there make it about Russia or Ukraine or something else we cover, but it's today's distraction. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, and put this back. All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Summer Virgo, thank you. It's a peach color. So my cheeks are itching. Don't know why. All right, not important. Moving on. Melissa had a question, because that's the other thing we have to worry about. There was all kinds of stuff in the news this morning, which means they're running trial balloons of ideas about Dumpy wanting to directly attack the cartels. There's lots of talk of it in the news, which means they're going to the press to run it up the flagpole, see who salutes. So, yeah. I want to say that with the threat of President Dumpster Fire bombing cartels in Mexico, I want to say that Mexico actually was like here and handed over a bunch of higher-ups from the cartels, but that's not necessarily quieting things down. So thank you, Fawn. Alexa, Ms. Gibson said, here we go again. Yeah. Bernie says, looks like yummy peach ice cream. Oh, boy, that sounds really good.
That lyric sounds like it's from
okay, stop. Alexa, stop. Alexa, stop. See? I was afraid of that. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh. Gene Hall says he'll attack any cartels who don't pay him protection money. Pretty much. Raymond says Trump and Putin are talking more about the Arctic than they are about Ukraine. Mark my words. Oh, okay. Sherry says that would be an act of war. And today's distraction, full. Five of Pentacles. We do have an issue. And you know, I understand that there are some people who take certain substances for health reasons or a certain amount of recreational use with alcohol or whatever else is legal in your state. But I would just like to point out that when you start getting into the powdery substances, the things that must be added directly to your bloodstream, things like that, you're helping to pay for trafficking. When you hire a companion for the evening, you're helping pay for trafficking. And there are people, I think this is like, I mean, there are stories of just being, you just have to know what number to call, and you get stuff delivered to your door. Men, women, doing this, just getting on the phone and making a call, having things and people delivered to their door. And then, this person who no one knew was doing anything untoward is suddenly no longer with us because there was too much fentanyl. Yeah. Some these are kind of excuse me. See, I didn't bring any teeth. That's the problem. They're not opposite cards, but there's a real difference here about bringing things to light and secrets, or bringing to light the darker secrets. But there's a lot of money. We're talking a lot of money involved and a whole lot of chaos. A whole lot of chaos. So does Dumpy, is he really going to do this? Sharon Rice says, thank goodness the only powdery substance I use involves an Italian wedding cookie. Oh, that sounds yummy. Yes, Raymond. There was over $1.1 billion in financial transactions that Felonious 45 sent to Epstein. Yes. Release the Epstein files. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, there. Is he really going to go through with this? Is Dumpy really going to go to war? Go to war with Mexico. Granny says, chaos, Trump's calling card. Yeah. Says, thanks for responding to my question, Fawn. Apparently, my questions for the day get deleted before Autumn can see them prior to coming on. Oh, I didn't see anything. I'm sorry. Is he really going to do it? Six of Swords. The card for the reading is there's some power behind the threat. This is the people in the boat with the weapons going. Work left unfinished. Five of Cups, disappointment. Four of Cups, refusal. All minor arcana. Today's distraction is brought to you by J. J for genius. Shiny, jazz hands. Shiny, shiny. Pay attention over here. Pay attention over there. La, la, la. Innocent Potatoes asking, how will going to war with Mexico earn Adolf Hitler the Nobel Peace Prize? Seriously. Yeah. Summer Virgo says, my family in Mexico are kind of worried. They live in the middle of the country. Okay. Catherine says, it sounds like he's fishing for offers. Isn't he always? Burns says, toddler in constant fake distress. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Oh, nothing's... Amy says he's taken to calling Norway. What? There's somebody in Norway. He's just the leader of Norway, and it's just. I've had a really bad day. Who is the leader of Norway? And forgive me that I don't know off the top of my head. Jonas Garstor? I'm sure I just completely massacred that. Share screen. There we go. He's 64. Okay. Is it Jonas? Would it be Jonas? Jonas, I had a bad day. I was hanging out with just Warwick says, oh, he's calling Norway to demand the Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, even worse. I want the Peace Prize. I just get the Peace Prize. I totally deserve the Peace Prize. Don't hang up on me. That's so embarrassing. Is he really? Lori says, no reports yesterday. The idiot actually called Norway to plead his case for the Peace Prize. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. I've got to laugh or I'm going to die of embarrassment. Oh, for my country. Oh, my God. How pathetic. Did he really? Miss Gibson says, is that a joke? Here's the thing. I don't know if it's a joke. With anybody other president would know if it's a joke or not. With him, it's probably true. This is all minor arcana. This is all release the Epstein files. Amy says, I put the link above. Oh, so this is real. Oh, thank you. Ugh. Apparently 100% true. This is Lois. Oh, Anna says, because he ended the fake war. Yeah. Sherry says, pathetic. The USA's greatest shame. Well, third greatest shame, I would say. Current shame, heck yeah. I think our greatest shame is slavery. Our second greatest shame is the treatment of the indigenous cultures. Our third greatest shame is Donald J. for Genius Trump. So, just a thought. But currently, yes, you are correct. Absolutely. Oh, that's Sherry. She was pretty bad too. Okay. Yes, Mary. Obama is living rent-free in the felon's head. Yes. 100%. Okay. That's true, Sharon. I was talking about that yesterday. Hillary did say she would personally nominate him, but only if Ukraine. He ended the war with Ukraine, not losing any land. But yes, innocent potato. Absolutely, he wants a peace prize because Obama has one. Yeah. Oh, and of course, there's a cash award with it. Of course, there is. Yeah. Joyce is wondering, where do we call to make sure he doesn't get it? I'm guessing you mean the Peace Prize, because in general, he doesn't get it. All right, so at 29:15, Nettie was asking, apparently there was something going on in Louisiana. I'm afraid I didn't see it. Oh, no. Thank you, Mayor. Reuters is reporting Trump called Norway's finance minister last month to discuss the tariffs. Also told her he wanted the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay. Oh, he's so embarrassing. He's so embarrassing. Thank you, Mayor. Wow. All right, 30, 15. Wow. All right. Nettie was talking about there was something that was going on in Louisiana, which led to this question: will the court grant this move to the right and take away our rights to vote because of our race or skin color? Oh, geez. Well, it sounds like they were trying to take away women's right to vote. So they're just going to flat out just, oh, you're a woman, you can't vote. Oh, you're not lily white, you can't vote. Thank you, Miss Gibson. I want every country to know I did not vote for this man. You are in good company, because neither did we. Pretty much everybody in the chat, and me certainly. Oh, look, King of Pentacles. The oligarchs. Chaos and quiet as a tomb. It depends how much power the I would say the technocrats or the oligarchs, the technology oligarchs, but apparently even in that world, the average kind of person refers to those at the top as the Nerd Reich. I think that's a good way to put it. It depends how much power the Nerd Reich actually gets. And it blows my mind that Peter Thiel is an openly gay man who wants authoritarianism. Tell me you know nothing about history without telling me you know nothing about history and you think money will get you anything you want. Yeah. So rights to vote. Giovanna says, because he thinks it doesn't apply to him. Exactly. Oh, it's like people who vote for Republicans. They don't care about you. They don't. They care about themselves and their money and their power, and they want more and more and more of it. You are a mark. That's all you are. And saying Congress would have to repeal the 19th Amendment. I know. Were you familiar with the term Nerd Reich? I hadn't heard that before, but nobody responded in the chat, so maybe I was the only person who hadn't heard that before. So, Ms. Gibson, until it happened to him, exactly. Mary says Peter Thiel is a brown shirt. Mm-hmm. And it says, I go by my married name, and I'm not changing it. I hope I will be able to vote. I have had this name for 71 years. Ella, congratulations. That's amazing. That's amazing. Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Our rights to vote. Well, we're afraid of it, certainly. Being hemmed in by this cruelty and awfulness. There's a thief card, there's a world, but it ends up with a temperance card. It ends up, for what it is worth, I repeatedly, day after day after day after day, I get cards that say, we will recover from this, that we will get through this, that we will recover from this, that we are not going to lose our democracy, and that this is a last hurrah of the kind of awfulness over these next few years, specifically. This is the oligarchs and the patriarchy desperate because they've just lost so many. They've lost so much of their privilege. Anna says we are teenage sweethearts. Oh, congratulations. That's wonderful. Warrior Witch says it's called an extinction burst. The flailing. Yeah. Bernie says, for how long do we have to deal with Dumpy? I don't read on people popping their clogs. I just don't. Yeah, we're going to have a lot to clean up, Lisa. But okay, so what was that? Nan says Pluto's burning out the last of the patriarchy. I hope so. Dave says, just think of it like America. The U.S. got a job as a crash test dummy. It certainly feels that way sometimes. All right, okay. So Cosmic Goat Lady had a question about Newsom's plan, 3725. Will Newsom's plan to redistrict for more Democrats catch fire in the blue states? So basically, we're back. We're again checking out the energy of the gerrymandering arms race. So thank you, Yvette. Amy says California has to vote on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Summer Virgo says their plans are backfiring more and more as people start to understand what's really going on. He says, hello, Norway. Did I get a prize? I'm sorry. That is hysterical. She was asking, is my Hawaiian birth certificate legal? LOL. This kid says California's voting on it this November. Thank you. All right, gerrymandering arms race. Grace says California has a lot of red. Well, it has a lot of everything. That's true. Norway, hello. Hello. What's wrong with this phone? Judgment. It's leaning that way. The emperor does all kinds of stupid stuff, and the fish doesn't just rot from the head. It has rotted from the head because all tub of lard here and all of the awfulness he throws out there and sending his jackbooted thugs and the people like Cruel King Abbott of Texas and the attempted gerrymandering there, what have you. But it ends up with a 10 of Cups, which is, this could work out well for us, the Democrats. 4 of Wands. This is Trump's base of power, but it's also a card of vacation or retirement, which means See, the only major arcana here is the Judgment and the Emperor. And that's just for the card for the reading. So this is minor arcana, but this would say there would be some people leaving, having to retire, some Republicans having to leave office because our districts no longer exist. It's leaning in that direction, but this isn't going to happen overnight. If, for example, California has to vote on it first, but there are other states talking about it, even my governor Pritzker. So she said, I hadn't heard that term. It's pretty accurate. So Eight of Pentacles, working. Queen of Wands, Judgment. Same thing. I'm just double checking. We know what they're working on. And this is everyone supporting the MAGA movement. Big old Judgment, but again, it ends in the Ten of Cups. And that's happy Democrats, happy Democratic families. I heard a poll the other day that said that Trump's support from the Latin community, it's like around election day, he had like 70% support, and it's now like 27% support. But do double check my numbers if you're going to share that. So okay, so 4220. Melissa wanted to know a Canadian question here. 4230. Curious if August 18th, so in 2 days, Canadian by-election in the province of Alberta, battle River-Crowfoot, Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre? I never pronounced that correctly. Loses to the independent candidate Bonnie Critchley. Come on, Bonnie Critchley. I can't vote, obviously, because I am an American, but come on, Bonnie. Vote for Bonnie. Vote for Bonnie. Bonnie Critchley. How's it looking? What does this woman look like? Afraid I don't know. Sorry. I try to research as much as I can ahead of time, but some days. Republican Candle is asking, what job is Maxwell supposed to have for work release? Oh, last I heard, the government was saying, oh, we know she has work release. You know that's on a record, but she's not going anywhere. Anyway. There we go. Oh, she was in the military. Okay. And is giving Pierre a run for his money. Poilievre or Pepe Le Pew? Does that really say Pepe Le Pew, Mark? I like it. Poilievre or Pepe Le Pew? Oh, that's awesome. I love being here with you. I'm here because you're here. All right. Do you not do a well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Hello, my friends in Canada. Hi. I need you to help me interpret this. Because I can tell you which way it looks like it's leaning, but this card in the middle has me puzzled. And I have this sense, this feeling that maybe you know this will mean something to you. It's the feeling I have. Don't normally ask, but this is what I'm getting. All right. Working hard. Excuse me. Plus, I've heard his name before. I'm guessing he has a history in politics. Is he the incumbent? Temperance. So that's good. That's always good for Democrats or liberals or people who lean toward decency. Yes, 20 years. Thank you. Melissa says, no, he lost his riding. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Lifelong politicians is Valerie. Okay. So we've got temperance. That's good. 5 of Cups, it's disappointment. So he's tried to knock down liberal ideas, but it hasn't really entirely worked. But I'm going to guess that it's really not going to work now because I've got a big old DEATH card right in the middle that says everything expires. Then I have a King of Cups, which would be liberal leader candidate and the government. Does that make sense to you? Or is there something else about this I don't know about? Oh, I see. Sean is saying he gave up his seat to run against Carney, and he lost, so he's running somewhere else, and people aren't happy. Okay. Yes, and I guess there is a certain point of big jar of mayonnaise. There's... By the way, just throwing this out there, apparently Stephen Miller Stephen Miller, his wife, if they still married, his wife was interviewing someone on her new podcast, and I think it was Gates or something, was asking what condiments he likes or something like that. And she volunteered the only thing Stephen Miller likes is mayonnaise. Nothing else. She sounded a little bitter. Sean says, my friends in Alberta say he doesn't have a chance. Well, if you're running for an office and you've got a DEATH card right in the middle, it's usually not good. And then you have a card for the person in the opposite political spectrum in the government here. Yeah, I'm going to say, yeah. I don't think it's going to go so well for him. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. It's what the energy's saying. So fingers crossed. Summer says, I will not see Mayo the same way again. Oh, even Nazi Ferratu cannot quell my love of Hellmann's. That's just how it is. They came out with a vegan Hellmann's. I can have vegan Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, and I can have vegan Hellmann's now. And it has just brought joy back into my life in a way I can't even tell you. Having spent a couple of decades unable to enjoy either. So, all right. there was, we have a little bit of time left, over here on the news. Okay, so yeah, what the pundits are saying are things like Trump can now be safely ignored by Putin after running out of cards to play. Yikes. So yeah, but we covered that. And all right, that doesn't help. And then his behavior, we looked at that. Oh, there we go. This is what I wanted to go over. At 51:15. So, how did that go? Trump's DOJ caves as deals struck with DC ahead of complete police takeover. Chicken taco, always chicken out. Hello, boo boo. Officials in Washington, D.C. reached a deal with the Justice Department on Friday after a judge urged them to come to a resolution that prevents the Trump administration from taking full control of the city's police department over the weekend. The Justice Department agreed to revise Bondi's order this week that named Terry Cole, head of the DEA, as emergency police commissioner. And however, underlying legal disputes remain unresolved. At a hearing, U.S. District Judge Anna Race suggested she would sign off on a request from the city's attorney general to temporarily block the DOJ if it fails to rewrite Bondi's order by Friday evening. I still do not understand on what basis the president, I mean, you can stop right there. None of us do. None of us understand on what basis Trump does anything other than his complete sociopathic narcissism. Anyway, I still don't understand on what basis the president, oh, bless you, can say your police department can't do anything unless I say you can. That cannot be the reading of the statute. A hearing on remaining legal questions is scheduled for next week. So, yeah. Bless you. What you get into? What's making you sneeze? Oof. So the DOJ or Dumpy's takeover of DC. Adding insult to injury. Star. DC is not a state, but so that gives the federal government more leeway to try to take some things over. But the rest of this is a bunch of there's Knight of Swords trying to take over the police. 10 of Wands, the burden, because dumpster fire wanted it, and they're doing more nothing. I've been getting this repeatedly about this whole DC mess. There's no there. There's always, some people are afraid he's gearing up to try to take over other cities, big cities, and it's not going to be like that. Few times we've been around that track, and it's not going to happen just like that. Yeah. No. So today's distraction, and tomorrow's distraction, the distraction after that, release the Epstein files. Yeah, font exactly hurting the homeless. 5530. Just 3 cards. Epstein files. So how's the energy going on that one? How's the energy going on the Epstein files? Where which is the DC police are suing Dumpy over control of the police force and the federal takeover. Yep. So is somebody going to get hold of all the grossness who will actually do something about it? Christine says, I've decided to call them the Trumpstein files. I like that. That's good. Ace of Wands, I'm not even going to talk about it. 9 of Cups. This is all the evidence. And we know that he himself is no longer with us, allegedly. King of Cups is in the middle. So this would be people in Congress or people elsewhere who are trying to get the right information and hold people accountable. 4 of Cups, this is a refusal. So refusal to accept this cup of give us the stuff. And very, very minor arcana flailing. When in danger or in doubt, run in circles, scream and shout. Excuse me. Yeah, it's right now we're still at this point of shiny, 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 shiny. Look here, look here, look here, look here, look here. Today's distraction. Anyway, you know we're going to get through this. I hope you know that. All right. That's going to do it for me for today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for great questions. And thank you for being so supportive of the channel. All right. It is 1:15 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel as usual. It's Sarah's day off. So it'll just be me. And I'm going to go get some tea. But we're going to get through this. All right. So please hang in there. You're not alone. We are in this together. There are good days ahead. And we have this great community here every single day. Not like, oh, well, actually most days. No, every single day. When I say this is daily live political tarot and astrology, I mean daily. So you've always got somewhere to go. You've always got good people to talk to. And we always have the boo-boo. Yes, we do. We have the boo-boo. How you doing, sweetness? He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He is the precious. Oh, the purry kitty. Oh, the purry kitty. Yes. Oh, he's purring. Oh, he's purring. Little fussness. Oh, it's a little fussness. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a sweetie. He's a sweetie. Hi. Just gonna look back and forth. Doll. He's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good boy. You're gonna settle. You're just gonna keep wearing a hole in the blanket. Aw, sweetness. Well, I'm gonna have an interesting time trying to do post-production. Just a happy kitten. Just a good boy. I don't know if you can hear him purring. It is really good energy. Yep, Deborah, best energy right there. Oh. Christine says, I have you on the big TV. Boo Boo's and Kitty scared the dog. Oh, I'm sorry. That's hysterical. Good kitty. Good kitty. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll try to get post-production done as soon as I can, but I'm going to be busy for a minute, just hanging out. Take care. Yes, dear. See you later.